Hello and welcome to the video review of Transformers Generation Soundwave. Now this figure was purchased at BBTS, and we're going to start off with this figure in vehicle mode. The vehicle mode is a four-wheeled minivan, maybe? I mean, this looks more like a minivan than anything else. I really can't say what it is. It is actually a little bit smaller than Bumblebee. It has the exact same wheelbase as Bumblebee, but height-wise it is a little bit smaller and a little bit more compact. In this mode he has these teeth that look more like, I don't know, lawnmower bits or golf ball picker-uppers that you find at a golf driving range than assault pieces. I really do not care for the front of the vehicle. I think it's stupid, and if you look carefully, the teeth actually touch the ground at the same length as the wheels. Now the wheels, I have to admit, I really dig the wheels. They look very menacing when they're like that. If they're upside down, they look a little silly, but they still actually look pretty good. Overall, the detailing on this mode is actually quite nice. There's a lot of detailing, a lot of angular structure to the figure, compared to, say, something like Bumblebee or Prime, where there's nice slopes and a lot of nice rounded edges. This is very angular, very edgy, very pointy. And that's not bad. My chief complaint with this mode is this does not feel like Soundwave in the least. It just does not make me think Soundwave. In fact, this is kind of like generic Decepticon number 287, but it doesn't make me think of Soundwave. So he does have an attack mode. Obviously this is going to be the chest. So you come in here and drop out his little weapon pods, and they plug nicely in the sides over here. Now this one is a little bit tricky because you have to push out the little gun, but my fingers are a little small for that. So there you go. I like the little nod to the weapons there. Compared to another Decepticon, which is Megatron, he just is dwarfed by Megatron. I mean, he's not even close to being the same size. And the Megatron tank looks a hell of a lot better than this little vehicle. Now, also looking at another generation's Decepticon, Dark Mount. I just love Dark Mount's alt mode, but again, compared to the other Decepticon, it's very boring. I hate to say it, but Soundwave's alt mode is just boring. So we're going to go ahead and transform him now. And this has to be the simplest transformation of any generation's figure, even easier than Megatron. Come up, just untab the roof and swing the entire assembly unit down, and then take this hip part, or bottom torso, and snap that into place. Fold out the legs, rotate the wheels around so that they're facing forward, like that. Then take what was the roof and unhinge them, fold up the rear roof bits to form ankles, turn the feet around, and then these actually lock into place. And when you push them, they actually slide forward. When you push them forward, or swing them down, they actually slide forward on a spring, which is nice. So I wanted to show you guys a quick fan mode that I discovered off of 4chan about a week or two ago. You get Soundwave into this whole kind of like Gerwalk mode-ish thing. And what you do is you take the legs and point them out, and then rotate the hips around such that they're like that. Then swivel the legs and just come under here and just fiddle with the feet, get them into their roof mode. Oops. And just angle things up, and you get a pseudo boombox. No, it's not perfect, but it's close enough. I mean, this is as close as we're going to get. And actually, you know, that works compared to what we got in the video game and in the commercial for the War for Cybertron game. So this guy, I still don't care for the figure, but having a nice little fan mode like that is still pretty cool. Now, on to the rest of the review. Then we come up to the upper part of the figure, and this couldn't be easier. Fold out the side panels to form the lower arms. Take the wheels and the front teeth, and actually just completely fold them up, and then rotate the teeth all the way back like that. So we'll do that again on this side. And as you can see, they're folded up nice against the back. Take this part and just open it up, and then rotate them down. Fold these panels back. Rotate them and flip out the hands. And here we have Soundwave in robot mode. Articulation is actually pretty good in this figure. Arm can rotate full 360 degrees, though it does get caught up on the wheel bit in the back. Full articulation there. Plenty of articulation in the elbow. Wrists spin. No waist articulation to speak of because of the way the transformation is. Grabby tummy articulation, or stabby tummy articulation. Head does not look up and down, but it can look side to side. It's on a, it's not on a ball joint. It's just on a, I don't know what it's on, but it's not on a ball joint. Legs articulation is actually nice. Lots of articulation, plenty of knee articulation, swivel articulation, plenty of articulation in the feet. Big problem on the left leg. Right leg stays pretty much up. I mean, it does fall down a little bit. Left leg, super loose. I mean, the left leg is super loose except when you put it forward like that. Otherwise, it's really loose, and I've actually gotten 5 different figures, all different, Hunt for Decepticon line, Generations line, they all have the same problem. In the next couple of reviews, you'll see that illustrated. So, Soundwave can equip his weapons nicely, both hands can hold them, but he has a nice little peg up here on his right shoulder that he can hold his iconic missile launcher. Now, the Soundwave figure is alright. The head is actually really nice. It is Soundwave. I mean, that is the perfect Soundwave head. The rest of the figure, though, I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of. You have these super stylized figures in Dark Mount, and Megatron, and even Bumblebee and Prime, but the Soundwave just doesn't work for me. I'm not saying it's a bad figure. It just doesn't work for me. While you can get some decent articulation and some okay poses, but given the problem with his right leg, it's really hard to keep him posed because on my shelf he'll just do a split. I just have a really hard time acknowledging this guy is Soundwave. It's not, again, it's not a bad figure. It just feels off. If that makes any sense, this Soundwave figure just doesn't feel like Soundwave. And that's a problem. Even though he's got the coloring, he's got the head, and he's got the telltale chest, something just doesn't feel right. I would have much rather preferred him to be a blockier figure. He's too thin. I think that's my main issue. He's just too thin. You've got these massive shoulder pads and all these angles, while nice, they just don't work for Soundwave. If this was painted orange, black, and red, and it was made Blaster, this would be perfect as a Blaster figure. Not as a Soundwave figure, sadly.